Welcome back to episode 17 of the BloodPack, you beautiful people. In this episode we are going to spend a fair amount of time just working on getting this base sorted. We keep saying we're going to do that, then I keep getting distracted because I see shiny things. But now some of the new Vultures, so the Mark IIs that we've got coming in, and then some of the Mark 1s but with the brain implants, can build without failing construction at the moment, which is meaning that we can get through things a lot quicker. And then over here we also have the Dropship being built. And with the dropship being built, we are going to be able to take out the two sun blockers and then start taking the fight to the mechanoids. And then with all of that kit, what we should be able to do is set up a bunch of nukes and then basically just try to terraform the planet into Chunka, because I have a plan for the next series and it is going to require a nuclear wasteland. So let's get on with this episode. But the first thing we do need to do is we need to go and sell a board off. Because, well, I don't particularly like that guy and he's cost us so much in resources. And just as we've done that, he's decided to put on a pristine recon excellent helmet. Yeah, that guy is annoying. Okay, so let's go trade in employees. We'll take the helmet off him in a second, but let's see if we cannot trade him across. They've also got some other Vulture up for sale, but we are not too interested in them. We just want to get rid of board. And they'll give us 1,838 for him, which isn't too bad. That's a decent amount. He does have decent stats and decent stuff here, but yeah, he just costs us way too much. He has to go. We can't get the exosuit out of him, which is annoying, and he also has the prestige recon helmet. So what we do is we just go onto him, we go gear, drop this helmet here, cool, and then hopefully Grugon is still in this section. Use room deed again, buddy. Cool. Now we'll trade in and let's get rid of him. I want him gone. Interesting. His value didn't go down from losing the helmet. But that's cool. No one will get too upset that he's gone. No one really liked board anyway. And cool. Yep. Not our problem anymore. Which means we now have one more space for a new named Vulture as well. So the opportunity's up. I think I'm ahead on everyone's names. If I'm not, just let me know, because obviously if you guys have commented and I've missed it, that's not what I'm intending. I want everyone that wants something to be named to be named. Now, on this one, I do believe this is meant to be Bellicar Mark II, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so exosuit, advanced bionic spine. We can give him some arms, some legs. And it turns out that the eyes are super important for the Vulture. So we'll just give him this stuff. This isn't great, but it's going to be okay. And did anyone pick? Oh, and we also have another one down here. For some reason, no one's gone and rescued this sleeve. I don't know why. They just don't like rescuing sleeves. And now a sleeve is very expensive, so we don't lose them. Okay, Grugon's coming down now. Once we see that he's picked up, we know that we're alright. How are we looking here? 80%, then 100%. And in that time, let's go set another Vulture up. So, Vulture, male, and I just forgot what the name is. Someone did message what the names of the Falmer. Is it the Falmer from Skyrim? Yeah, that's what we're going for. And that's our look. Cool, so we've got another one coming there. This one will be ready in a second. So let's get Urgnot down. Not that we really need this guy to be released, because, well, realistically, we can't actually do a massive amount with it. But we'll rescue anyway, so at least it's in a safe spot, and then we can get another Vulture on the go, in case something goes completely wrong. So making them beautiful makes them more expensive, and then as the sleeve quality increases, they become more expensive as well. So they take longer to make. The longer they take to make, the longer and the more Nutria it takes, but you know, details. We can work with that, that's not a problem. They are amazing, and we want as many of them as we can get. Dropship is completed, so it is time that we need to start moving everything around. So we can make our little hangar down here. I think that's going to be the best place for the hangar. Then what we're going to do is we're going to reinforce the walls across here, so that's going to be a drop back point in case everything goes wrong. And then we're also going to have a secondary defensive position here, so... And we'll put a wall kind of like this, so no one can use this section here to shoot against us. Which means when we retreat, we'll be able to like pretty much instantly retreat back into cover. And then anyone that uses that won't be in a situation to be able to shoot into us, which I think is probably going to be the best bet. But we do need to get the dropship sorted. And I'm thinking here is going to be about the best bet, because as we expand, we're going to be able to put in more bio sun lamps. which means we're going to have more internal hydroponics. And those hydroponics absolutely, especially with this as well, because they can grow 24 hours a day. And hydroponics is an extra 200, then you put sprinklers in, which is an extra like 150. You're pretty much looking at 700% growth rate. All of this area here, utterly pointless. So we can start using this as other stuff, which what we want. And like I said, we need to create our little space dock. Got a mech hive coming in, but it's a small one. It looks like it's going to be vanilla. It's not too scary, not considering what we have been fighting. So 9 centipedes with 5 lancers. Normally, cakewalk, not an issue. But our defensive walls aren't quite repaired yet. So I think it's going to be more about trying to fight at the top here. So we get them to come around the corner and then we pick them apart. As for what's around here, a bunch of hauler bots. Ooh, that's not too bad. We'll take that. That's all going to be ours. Fantastic. Don't mind if we do. Oh, they got a terrifying pikeman. Fear me. Yeah, no, pikeman. Not a big deal. Hauler bots. We kind of want getting destroyed. So long as it hasn't been updated. Because if it's been updated and then you don't get both of the components back, that'd be quite annoying. Who's got the plank of wood? Belakar, why do you have a plank of wood, bud? That is not the best weapon of war, has to be said. And it looks like we are out of shooters. Details, I'm sure we will get over it. Now, one thing I did realise that we ran into an issue of is we've lost Oppa's cortical stack. And the problem with that is the only way to get Oppa's cortical stack is to kill one of the sleeves to get the stack back. So I'm pretty sure I made 4 stacks. So there's 1, there's 2. No, Crank hasn't been upgraded. Trigger, Joven, all normal. So Zilsa, yep. Oppa, yep. Mickey Mark II, yep. And Terrazine. Ah, I see the problem, right. I used all of the cortical stacks. Should have kept an eye out on that. That was me being a bit silly. So either we create a new Vulture and kill them off to steal all of their stuff, which I think that we could do. I'll have a look at that. I'll see which Vulture we can go and sacrifice. Gordov's pretty good actually, thinking about it. Oh no, we had to use Oppa because Oppa's basically got all of the things. Ajik, wasn't it? Yeah. We'll take Ajik. So Industrious, good. Farsighted, good. Free Mind, Hardy, Gifted, Nimble, Bloodlust, Sanguine. Doesn't have Teetotaler, but we can give them Teetotaler and play around with that. So Ajik is going to be, I guess, the Mark III template. We would have kept with Oppa, but without having the cortical stacks, there's no point going off and killing one of those Vulture that we have spent literally thousands and thousands upgrading. So Ajik is going to be, I guess it would be like Mark 2.1. There wouldn't actually be Mark 3s at that point. They're not good enough. The Mark 3s will come out when we can start getting the all of the Architect components. Right, we also have the Krogan Castaways coming in, which, you know, is not a bad thing. Oh, and then all of the bugs. Yeah, this map is just full of environmental assets. Awesome. Some of the Krogans will go down. We can either like turn them into chem fuel, which is what we like to do, or we can turn them into leather. And Krogan leather sells for like 3 apiece. So it's pretty worthwhile. The bugs will mash up the centipedes if they can get in close. The lancers are good against high value targets, but not against lots of small ones. Krogans look like spending more time catching themselves on fire. Nothing too much there. Rain's already kicked in, so the fire's not even going to spread. And then we also have the Warpack coming in, which I take are tribals. Are you tribals? Yeah. Cool. Not a problem. Yeah, man, those Krogans are doing really well against those centipedes, but then also the bugs are doing pretty well as well. Yeah, we're going to get a whole bunch out of this. I am liking the look of this. I definitely am. But we just got so much junk all over this map now. Just trying to get it back to the base is literally impossible. So we've got all of the corpses over here, all of the slag here, all of the corpses and a bunch more corpses and a bunch more slag up there. Then we've got all the bugs. My PC is not going to have a good time with this. But that all being said, you guys, I don't need you in your defensive positions. The Krogans have got this. Yeah, which has made me look even more forward to the Chunker series I want to do. So I think that this is going to be the base. This is how we transition. What we do is we just nuke the whole planet, pretty much. And then I'm going to find a bunch of mods that add in like the most nasty, most dangerous animals I can find. So if you know any mods like that, like bang them down below. And yeah, it's going to be so good. And if we want to be like real crafty and sneaky with it, what we can do is if we actually take out just the Mass Effect mod, so the Rimeffect mod itself, then we can play it as combat extended. So instead of having like the Alliance armor and the Alliance weapons, which the Krogans and the Vultures don't use anyway, yeah, we could have like a truly brutal, nasty, radioactive world where everything's trying to kill us, and then if they don't kill us, the radiation eventually will. Yeah. To me, that sounds like a awesome playthrough. And then I've also got another playthrough that we're working on now. But yeah, sweet. All done along here. Happy days. And I do need to give a shout out to DMDS, who's a bunch of podcasters. Cool cats, by the way. You should go and check them out. I'll leave the link down below. And if I remember, I'm going to put a stamp in the corner of the screen. So after you watch it, click the stamp and then, yeah, go and say hi to them. I've done a podcast with them, so I'll put that link down for you as well. Removing Ajik's cortical stack right now. So this is now Ajik gone. But what we do is we get Grugon. If I can press the right button. Okay, Grugon, I need you. Okay, you can't do it, so that means it needs to be Okia. I need you to duplicate that stack, and we're going to duplicate it 5 times. Even though I just realised I've done this completely wrong. Doesn't matter. We'll just carry on. It is fine. Okay, and then duplicate again. Duplicate. We did just get one destroyed. I'm not sure if I pressed the wrong button. That could have been actually super bad. Duplicate. And that should give us 5 critical stacks. Okay, let's do one more. And then one more. Okay, so that we're now up to 7. So let's go put... Let's see. What can we do with this vulture? So that's going to be arms, spine. We haven't got any legs. That's fine, but we do have an exosuit. And what we'll do is we'll also put a empty cortical stack into them. And yeah, I think that's going to be okay. And then they just do the jobs of a geek. Awesome. Let me just have a little look on my list, see if I have any names to put onto this. Can't see any names on the list, but I think we'll call this one Benjamin. And thank you for all the support. Yeah, so if you have put a name down and I haven't seen it, just let me know, because keeping up with those things on YouTube, it isn't the most... how would you word it? Logical, I guess, in a way, the way that it's set out, trying to like go through all the comments. It gets a bit messy. So next sleeve is going to be Benjamin, and then if there isn't any more names, we'll start going to the Mark IIs. So Joven has been a bit of a powerhouse and a bit of a tank all the way through, so I guess we could make Joven a Mark 2.1, and then we'll just go through the rest. And then I think, who do we have that we got who isn't named? We've got Gordoff, Oppa, Chinook. So there's 3 vultures up for names, then everyone else is going to become Mark 2s, and then when the tech increases, we'll go to Mark 3s. And yeah, we're going to have some scary, scary, powerful vulture with a lot of nuclear weapons. So far, all successful. So got cortical stack, exosuit, 2 advanced bionic arms and bionic spine. Obviously, we would like some legs. Legs are pretty beast. And as promised, or as said earlier, Benjamin. I don't think that's how it smelt, but I do have a bit of a cold and I can't use both nostrils at the moment, so smelling's a little bit difficult. The luxury of being dyslexic. But stats wise, double burning passion in shooting, double burning in melee, Decent in construction, though not going to be useful construction. Good at mining, very good at plants. Can do animals, is going to be a powerhouse in crafting. Artistic, I'm not sure why you'd ever want to see a vulture do anything. Medical, in a pinch, that is going to be useful, but something that we do need to keep an eye on. And social. As for traits, industrious, far-sighted, free mind, beautiful, hardy, gifted, nimble, bloodlust, and sanguine. Decent. Decent. And has just taken up what Ajik's old work lineup would have been. So Doctor on 1, just so long as they don't operate, that is absolutely fine. Warden at 1, not that we're really doing much wardening, but still, details. Construction on 3, I think we'll take that completely off construction just so the actual upgraded guys do it. Growing, plant cutting, fantastic. Smithing and tailoring on 2. We're going to move those up to 3 for the moment and then put the crafting down onto 1. Because what's happening as we are continuously kicking out components, advanced components, bionics, a lot of this menial labour stuff needs to be done and it's not happening. And talking about things that are not happening, we need to set up, this is going to be really good ones that actually works, is our plasteel forges. So we're going to need at least, I would say, 3 of them. So I think it's 15. Now I said I thought it was 15 on these and it turns out it wasn't. But I'm pretty sure it is 15 on the actual plasteel forges. Now those plasteel forges require stone blocks, which is fine. We're kicking out plenty of them. Steel and chem fuel. Only issue that we might run into is the chem fuel's going all over the place. We are producing a lot of it because we're breaking down the corpses, but guaranteeing it to be where it needs to be might be a slight problem with what we're doing. However, I think I have a plan, but this we're going to semi-automate. So we're going to have 2 factory setups that are going to basically be supplying both of the, it's not that difficult, it's literally in front of you, the plasteel forge. So we don't need to worry about that. Chem fuel, I think we'll just deliver 2, and then we might actually send up a masonry saw on 2 of them as well. This way, all we need to do is worry about the chem fuel, and then when we get the research that we can kick the chem fuel out, they'll be going as well. So that will just be a fully automated system without having to pull the hauler bots or the vulture away from what they're doing. That being said, we do need more hauler bots. We're going to need a lot of hauler bots. It turns out we do have a second sleeve ready to go. So this here has exosuit, bionic arms, and advanced bionic spine. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's between Joven, Crank, and GNU, Belikar, and Patch. Basically, all of the vulture need upgrading. So, if we go look at that, so it's going to have Ajik's stats, which crafting, planting, mining, can basically do everything. GNU, how are you? You're pretty much a miner. That's cool. Patrick. Patrick's pretty good all round. That is not bad going. Joven, do we need to upgrade you anytime soon? I think Crank's the last one that will get upgraded. Just because of the sheer amount of things that Crank has put into them. So Crank doesn't need upgrading for a while because Crank's actually super good right now. So if we go here, and then we go down to construction success chance, is now 105. Whereas if we take most of the vultures, so this is good off, who hasn't had too many upgrades, construction success chance 58%. Yeah, you can see the difference there. Cool. I think we'll go GNU Mark II for the moment, for the simple reason that GNU's into mining, and then so's Ajik, but it's also then going to be more efficient at crafting on top of that. So, alright, GNU needs to cross the Rubicon. When I mean cross Rubicon, like basically just GNU dies. But details. GNU Mark II reborn, bigger, faster, stronger, and better. And all we need to do for this is just remove the spine, strip GNU off all of GNU's kit, and then become the new sleeve. Okay, GNU's now dead, and with that we take the cortical stack and then put it into this one to create GNU Mark II. Okay, Crew gone. Let's move some consciousnesses across. Alright. Exosuit, corporal stack, bionic arm, advanced bionic spine. Gonna be a bit of a beast. GNU MK2. New and improved. Awesome. And okay, we went to the Hall of Bot, drops GNU off, and then I'll find the template. So having a look at that, we need mining on 1, so we'll move the plants up to 3, mining down to 1, and then carry on doing the crafting and all of that other stuff. We'll take the wardening off and the doctoring off, because GNU wants to be more in the fight and actually doing more adventurous stuff instead of having to babysit people. Kind of GNU's thing. Sweet. And GNU Mark II fully equipped and ready for war. So as far as gear goes, it's pretty good. So a Masterwork shield belt, marine armor tainted, you know, it's a decent bit of kit. Then it also has a lined helmet, excellent, which again pretty awesome. A good battle rifle and then some marine boots. Thankfully the Vulture aren't bothered by tainted clothing, isn't concerned by clothing ×2, sky high expectations. Yeah. Traded into Rimdeed. Okay, yeah, they're all happy because Board had all his body parts stolen and then basically shipped off. Cool, disturbed sleep and hungry, that's fine. Those you can deal with, GNU. I believe in you, buddy. Seeing as everything has been a little bit too quiet for a little bit too long, let's go pick a fight. We'll take everyone with us, seeing as we have a pretty decent sized crew now. Everyone is equipped, everyone is pretty much armoured. Other than maybe Mickey. Yeah, that looks right. 10,000 cargo capacity is pretty nice. We'll take 71 survival meals just because that's going to be easier. And we don't want 100. Let's go 25 medicine. I don't think we need anything else. And let's actually take the silver with us just in case we want to go trading. Okay, everyone into the ship and let's go pick a fight. And I think the plan is going to be that we go after a cruiser. So it's going to be one of the larger ships, not the biggest ship we could have fought. But it's going to be good practice for us. Got some decent defense on it, so at least one auto mortar. There could be another one hidden away, and then they've also got like a triple inferno launcher artillery piece, which again is still something to take fairly seriously. And if we look around, there might be some stuff worth looting off the map. So I haven't had a little scout. It is looking like this map is going to yield a decent amount of resources, so we're going to be able to strip mine a whole bunch of this and then get back to the base, and pretty much not need to worry about metal for a long old time. And yeah, the dropship is going to be fine. It is a tough bit of kit that. We just create a firing line, stay out of the way of their turrets, and we should just be able to fire in and pick this apart. I hope. Not too interested in getting into a knife fight with this ship. It has a lot of cannons on it. Yeah, no, it's going to have to get in close. Cool. Mechanoids are being pulled. We can deal with the mechanoids fairly simple. They are fairly evolved. Mind you, these ones are just knights. They're nothing fancy. So not any advanced stuff, which is good for us. We take obviously all of the mechanoids with us that we can. We can sell them for a decent amount. We're on a desert tile, so flames aren't a big issue. Nuke this down. We got one more turret here. Well, a few more turrets. They'll go down nice and quick. And we just work our way around. Nice and simple. So everything's allowed now in this area. We're going to put everything onto halt urgently. Then we also need to put all of that onto deconstruct, which we've already done. Okay, we've got Mech Hive attacking us. Okay, that's less than convenient. So I think we'll leave most of the people here so they can just strip down the map. So what do we want? We want components. And let's try to get the steel that is as close to this place as we can. So we'll allow all of this. We've got pretty much all of the steel on the map selected. Well, not all of it, but a fair amount, because we'll never be able to strip the whole map. And then we can just keep loading up the dropship. But with that, obviously, we still have a bunch of ciphers coming in. There's not many. What's there like? 6 of them, so we should be able to do them fairly quickly. I think what we do, we just load up. Yeah, we'll load up the Krogans. The Krogans will be able to deal with that. No point sending the Vulture because they're going to be better off doing what they're doing at the moment. And I think that's our best bet. We'll drop right in the middle of the base where it's meant to be landing. Like I said, we do need to sort out a little space dock. Ah, and one of our hauler bots has a name. Plushy. Fair enough. The Cyphers are going to be coming round. They'll probably be in the base. Oh no, we made it in just in time. You guys to your defensive positions. And let's take out these Cyphers. It's still the middle of night, so I doubt the Vulture have got to work yet. But once they start working, they'll be able to strip, not all of that map, but they'll be able to strip a fair amount in pretty much no time. We do have stockpile and dumping zones set up, so that is going to go through nice and quickly. Oh, we've got some silver ore there. Missed that bit. That's cool. But yeah, a bunch of Cyphers coming in. It's not a massive deal. The only issue would have been is if no one was here, then they could have done a bunch of damage because they never get tired, they never run out of food. And unless you destroy them, they will just keep on going. And we don't really have any blast doors to stop them coming in, so we wouldn't have been able to buy that much time. If we had built some turrets, then we would have been cool. We'll let the Krogans do what they want because they're a little bit more fragile than the Vulture. And yeah, the Vulture are just quite happy out here, just slept on the ground. Cool. Let's start some mining. Okay, this might be quite interesting. So it's Enkindler's Legacy. I'm not sure if that's either the Drow or the Batarians, but we got a bit of beef with them. But they have sent us a job. Now we need to babysit some people against a couple mech clusters for a couple days. Yeah, big deal. But 1,301 plasteel is nothing to sneeze at. So I think we will take them up on that. And that also is going to put us in a situation where we can start looking into actually getting Alliance tech. We're a little way away on it on the research, but we're not crazy far. And once we get that first bit, all we need to do is use the Persona Core. Not the Persona Core, the Science Cube. Yeah, all we'd need to use is tech-proof Persona Core. And then that would basically be able to unlock most of it. And then yeah, it's just going to be a very quick research from there. That's all going through. How much steel are we looking at now? 2,000 already there. That's not going to include the rest of this stuff. And then we've also got all over here done, which is another like 2,500. That's actually crazy. We are going to have all of steel, and with that we're just basically going to tile the base. I think that's the best way to do it. We're also going to be able to have a bunch of walls put in. Yeah, I'm liking this. A frigate has landed in the time it took us to destroy this one. Not a big deal. We can deal with that. Probably with nukes. Once we get nukes, there's just going to be a lot of nukes. But also just with 100 gold, all of the plasteel, and yeah, we've got a decent amount of advanced components. We're just going to be able to produce a crazy amount of advanced components, especially with how fast these guys are going to be super soon. Looking forward to it. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, I think first things first, we put Grugon into the dropship, and then we need to fly this over to where we attack that ship. Okay, zoom in and choose. We're going to land here. We're going to pick just about everything up that we can, and then send that back whilst the other guys are still mining. Because the issue is we're not going to be able to take everything in one go, but we're going to try to take as much as we can. So we'll take a couple of our Vulture back. So we do want... So we're going to take Godolph back. We'll leave Belikar, Run from Fire, Trigger, Chauvin. We'll take Patrick back with us as well, because I need him for some processing back at the base. Oppa, Terrazine. And we'll take Crank as well, because Crank's a builder. Cool, so that's those four. And let's take all of the valuables. So that's all the components, advanced components. The 2 crazy amounts of mechanoid components. Solarian leather, some medicine. How much steel can we take? We can take a lot of steel. Take the medicine, jade, uranium, chitin, plasteel, granite blocks. And then let's start loading up on the old slag. We could take a lot more than I thought we could. I thought we would have struggled with that, but we've still got space. So still going to take 2 trips, so good job we did come over. But now it's just going to be loading, and then we'll drop it back at the base. The other guys will still carry on grabbing resources. Then we come back, and that should be the final trip. That being said, we haven't changed the age of the older Vulture. So they're still like in their 20s. Which means they have super bad immunity. So 20% immunity to 57. 27 to 36. And what's yours? 23 to 37. Cool. Patrick's getting a bit old, but he is okay. Right. We'll drop it off, come back, and then we'll pick those guys up, give them some antibiotics, and they should be fine. Actually, tell you what, no, we're just going to make them bored, because I don't want to risk losing them, because they are crazy expensive. Okay, all of the old Vorcha are now on the ship, so when they go back, we can change their age, give them antibiotics, and hopefully they'll be fine. Because I don't really think we can risk losing them. And this thing is super fuel hungry at the moment. I'm not sure why. I think there's been an update or something, because I keep getting this bug that says you can't fly that far. It'll cost like 500 million chem fuel, which is odd. I noticed it the other day when I was messing around with some combat extended stuff. So yeah, something that I do need to keep an eye on. I'm not sure if I've tweaked something and it's busted it. Okay, so first thing we are going to do now that we've got them back is we can change age. A little bit of a cheat, but details, otherwise all your Vorcha die instantly. So as soon as you clone them, they're already like 7 years past their life expectancy. Yeah, they don't last very long otherwise. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to sort that. So Oppa's done. Mickey should be coming into the bed now. Benjamin, good off. We're sending back anyway. And then we also got to send Patrick back. Oh no, he's developing immunity. Cool, Patrick can get on with the other stuff that needs doing. Okay, Mickey, how do you feel about becoming 3 years old again? Which is a extremely strange thing to say when you say it out loud. Okay, all of the ages have been changed. So this is 54 to 74. Okay, yeah, and look at that immunity. He's going nuts. Okay, and how about here? 55 to 86. Yeah, Vorcha basically can't die of an infection whilst they're young. But what happened to Conk earlier, Conk basically died out. So what we are, 84 to like nearly 80 already. Insane. So quick. Yeah, cool. The Vorcha are fine. We managed to save them. Vorcha back at the ship site. Oh, doing pretty well. Still got a little bit of food left. And, okay, they've managed to get 15,000 steel. Yeah, these guys are really good at tunneling right now. And most of them are the Mark IIs, so they move super quick. But looking around the map, there's not too much left. Oh, we've got some uranium ore. We'll take that. Thank you very much. But for the rest of it, yeah, they're basically just stripped nearly a whole map in what, like, nearly 2 days? I'll call that a victory. Right, let's get that dropship back over and let's get out of here before something wrong happens. So even with going through and stripping the map once already, we are still at 9,180 kilos. But with 15,000 steel and nearly 400 uranium, that is not too bad. And then 56 components on top, you know. Happy days. Alright, let's accept that. Get everyone in, and away we go. Might turn out that loading the ships takes quite a while. So only one Vorcha can load at a time, which is a problem of having like the larger stacks. And yeah, they're only taking like 200 at a time. So this is taking a little while, but soon it will be loaded. Unless you're Zil, who can carry like 500 at a time. Zil, you're a beast. And they've left 700 there. I don't think I'm going to lose sleep over that. Okay. No, we don't want that. We need to go back to the ship. Well, back to the base. And then... yeah, we'll land there. Now we've got the money. Let's actually look at moving everything about. Thinking we take this section here, which isn't being used. And that's where we're going to put the new storeroom in. We're going to start boarding off this area. We'll put doors in. Just so things can't come in and wipe us out. We'll extend across here to there and then that to along here. It's going to be the new storeroom. We'll need to remove all of the solar panels, all of the batteries. We can take the batteries, put them into there for the moment. Dropship comes into here and then we will have a processor unit here. So similar to what is happening down here. It pretty much is exactly the same. So We won't be bringing bodies in. We'll leave the mechanoid stuff there because those Prothean benches are quite expensive. So we'd have our forges. Then we'd also have our stonecutter tables going in with the storage places, and then also a whole bunch of skips. And then that there, once the batteries have been moved, even though I said putting them in there, I don't think that's a good idea. Everyone, ship comes in, lands here. All of the debris gets kicked out like that. And then the travel time's going to be super short, so we're going to just be able to have like smelters going in there, the robots running it backwards and forwards. Expand that out so it's a good sized room. And then we'll have like a little flight off the side for the safs, in case we decide that we want to go on bombing runs. And then this will go into here, along with the orbital trade beacons. And then yeah, we don't lose any space, and then all that gets sorted. And with this building project, I think this is where we wrap up the episode. So thank you very much for watching the BloodPack. I've been Conti. All your likes, comments, support have been amazing. You know what you need to do for the algorithm, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.